Monday saw Thailand's public broadcaster PBS, a state agency, publish the following, which we'll read exactly as it's written. Thailand's 5 coastal provinces of Samut Sakhon, Chonburi, Rayong, Chantaburi and Trat have been placed under total lockdown, meaning that travel in and out of the provinces is banned unless it's absolutely necessary. Continuing with the quote, a Deputy Prime Minister said on Monday that he would like to thank the Prime Minister and the CCSA for approving the proposal from the Ministry of Public Health to lock the provinces down due to the rapidly rising COVID-19 infection rate. While acknowledging that the tough measure will impact the economy and the normal livelihoods of people here, he said that without tough but short-term measures, the pandemic may spread across the country. End of quote. Thailand on Monday recorded 745 new coronavirus cases. However, 551 of those were from the previous day but reported late from Samut Sakhon. The case count now spreads across 54 of the 73 provinces that make up Thailand, and that too is expected to increase following the New Year's travels by many. The Prime Minister in a statement said that whilst the government was mindful of the potential of economic damage, it doesn't want to lock down the whole of the country, but instead has asked all people to self-isolate, stay at home, wherever possible. Word is that the first batch of vaccine from the new AstraZeneca Oxford University production platforms, said to have already been set up in Thailand, will be available from May. 2 million doses of a Chinese vaccine, which is yet to be approved or proven, have been ordered too, subject to approval, and the Public Health Ministry predicts that 50% of the population could be vaccinated by year end. 26 million doses are also on order from AstraZeneca plants outside Thailand, and negotiations are reported to be ongoing with Pfizer, Moderna and other Chinese companies. With the population of Thailand estimated at 70 million and each patient requiring 2 doses, a few weeks apart, the nation would need 140 million doses to cover all, or 70 million to cover half of the population. Meanwhile at home, and yesterday, for our province at least, it was unofficially Padillo Day, as there was more backpedalling in news releases regarding new COVID regulations than ever before. An official post by the provincial offices, in English, first stated that beverage restaurants could be sold, but strictly according to schedule. That's their wording. Translated by most as allowing restaurants to sell alcohol during normal hours to genuine diners. But within a few hours, the Thai and Western wording was changed to beverages don't drink alcohol in shop, which indicates that alcohol cannot be sold. We at Fabulous 103 don't use Google Translate, and these translations were provided by the province on their media sites, with Thai versions having similar wording. Despite other sources later reverting to the first version, the law in the province is dictated by the provincial governor's office, and we have to assume that it's now forbidden to sell alcohol in licensed restaurants, along with pubs, bars and clubs. If that changes, again, we'll of course update you. In addition, in the same bulletin, we're told that hotels can remain open, as can golf courses, but not clubhouses. Schools are closed, beaches can remain open too, with supervised social distancing, and of course food outlets remain open too. Convenience stores have to shut between 10 in the evening and 5 in the morning. The island of Koh Lan is officially closed to the public, and we're told so is Koh Chang, with non-residents to be removed, seeing ferries to the islands halted, and all people in public must wear masks. In Rayong, our neighbouring province, the governor has reported a total of 428 cases, stating that the region is short on beds. Much of this may be due to the auto-hospitalisation of anyone with the virus, as opposed to self-isolation at home, which isn't likely to work well here. But there is the opportunity to use hotels as overspill for patients without symptoms. Immigration offices across the nation and here in our city remain open, and expats must continue to renew visas, extensions of stays and 90-day reporting. It's recommended that if you're simply doing 90-day reporting, you do so online to save yourself the wait and avoid any crowding. The website for immigration in our province is immchonburi.go.th. That's India Mike Chonburi Golf Oscar.th. And finally, well, if you've been suffering from a sore throat, phlegm, fever, runny nose and fatigue, chances are that whilst it may knock you sideways, you don't have COVID, as in addition to the Chinese-born virus, a flu virus is spread over much of Asia too. Recovery is usually within a week. It's best to consult a doctor for medication, and yes, it too is contagious, but not in any way related to COVID. As someone who's had it for the past week and is now recovering, I have the assurance of a local doctor that it was just the flu. And whilst we hope you don't get it, if you do, in the words of Corporal Jones, don't panic. And with the reminder, mitts, masks and meters, wash your hands, wear a mask at all times and keep social distancing. And the Met Office promising highs today of 30 degrees, dropping down to 20 in a cloudy and overcast day. That is the local and national news from Fab FM. For videos and of course to keep up with Fabulous Patia, visit alwayspatia.com.